What's up, guys? It's Film Phoenix 82 back, and welcome to my first episode of VHS Company Artwork Review. Now, what VHS Company Artwork Review is it's this new series that I'm going to be doing where I basically talk about these different VHS Company artworks from the late 70s and throughout the 80s. Now, I'm not really gonna go into the 90s and early 2000s VHS artwork, because that was when, you know, the VHS company's artwork for their VHS tapes got more basic and whatnot. But what I really like about the VHS company artworks from the late 70s and throughout the 1980s is that each particular VHS distributor, they have their own unique kind of design and style to their artworks, which is what I really like, and in my opinion is what makes these particular tapes collectible and valuable and whatnot. So yeah. Alright, now right before I begin this video, I'm gonna first say rest in peace to Angry Grandpa. He unfortunately passed away yesterday, and I'm pretty devastated. I mean, you know, I used to watch his videos all the time. I mean, you know, I mean, he was definitely a funny guy, but yeah, I mean, so far he's the second YouTuber the second big YouTuber that I know of that passed away this year. Because I know a couple of months back we also lost another fellow YouTuber by the name of Helsing 920, aka Emmer Prevost. He passed away back in August, I believe, and whatnot. So yeah, I mean, you know, rest in peace to them both. I mean, thank you for the entertainment that you guys have given me and a bunch of your other fans. So yeah, rest in peace. Yeah, well, anyways, the first VHS company that I'm going to be reviewing in this episode is RCA Columbia Pictures Home Video. Well, anyway, RCA Columbia Pictures, they mainly release Columbia Pictures movies, as well as TriStar Pictures films, and even some New Line Cinema titles onto their home video label, as well as a few other independent films or whatnot. Now, the original Columbia Pictures home entertainment tapes came in these white clamshells, and they contain this artwork with the big 1976 Columbia Pictures logo on it. Now, I don't have any of these tapes, unfortunately. However, I do happen to have a Columbia Pictures home entertainment tape that's in a standard VHS cardboard case. This is right when Columbia Pictures Home Entertainment switched to using cardboard VHS boxes, since they only used those white clamshells for a very brief amount of time, but then they immediately switched to the cardboard VHS cases. But yep, as you can see, this is my copy of Murderer's Row right here. So yep. So right when the company's name changed to RCA Columbia Pictures Home Entertainment, they basically kept the same kind of style of artwork with minor differences, of course. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and talk about the RCA Columbia Pictures tape, since this is what my review is based off of. So yep. But yeah, as you can see, you get the artwork of the film, the movie's artwork, which is surrounded by this cool looking red border right here, as you can see. Now, on my Columbia Pictures Home Entertainment tape of Murderer's Row, it's also got the red border surrounding the movie's artwork. So yep, that's pretty cool that they kept the whole border thing. And at the top of this tape, as you can see, there's the RCA Columbia Pictures home video logo with white borders on on the sides of it. Now on some tapes the borders are black, but yeah, it just depends. And underneath it says Columbia Pictures Presents, whereas on my Columbia Pictures Home Entertainment tape of Murderers Row, it just says Columbia Pictures and Home Entertainment on opposite sides, and underneath the logo it says a division of Columbia Pictures Industries Incorporated. So, yep. Now if you look at the side of the tape, this is the left side. As you can see, it's black with a red border around the white text of the name of the movie. As you can see, this is the special edition of Close Encounters of the Third Kind. But for comparison's sake, I'm going to go ahead and show off my Stand By Me VHS. Hold on, let me hold it. There you go. As you can see, you know, it's black with white text, and of course there's the Columbia Pictures, RCA Columbia Pictures home video logo at the bottom right there. Now on my Columbia Pictures Home Entertainment tape of Murderers Row, the side is yellow instead of black, but it's also surrounded by a red border, a rectangular border, and the movie's title is the same font as in the artwork. But yep, and you also get the Columbia Pictures Home Entertainment logo at the bottom. So yeah. Now here are the right side of these three tapes, which is just the titles of the movies in the same text font as the artworks, and as you can see, there's the logos at the bottom. Now my Stand By Me tape has a barcode at the bottom instead of the RCA Columbia Pictures home video logo, but yep. Alright, and here's what the back of these tapes look like. As you can see, you get one big picture of a scene from the movie, followed by two smaller pictures of other scenes from the movie. And of course, below the picture, you get the pictures, you get a brief description of the movie, as well as the RCA Columbia Pictures home video logo at the bottom, you know, the film's rating and all that bunch of stuff. I mean, I really don't need to go into detail with all this, but yeah. Now on the back of my Columbia Pictures Home Entertainment VHS of Murderers Row, it's basically the same thing, so nothing to say that I haven't already said, so yep. Alright, now let's move on to the tapes itself. Now these later Columbia Pictures Home Entertainment VHS tapes, you know, they come in this VHS cardboard case, as I said, but they also have this open flap. As you can see the cast information right there, which is pretty cool. And of course there's the tape itself, which looks real nice. Alright, and here's the tape itself, which got that nice looking red border, and as you can see, the film's title is in blue, and there's the end label, which also has a red border around the movie's title and logo at the bottom. So yep. Alright, now on the early RCA Columbia Pictures home video tapes, they open up from the side right here, and the tape comes out like that. So yep, there's the sticker label. As you can see, the red rectangular border is skinnier than in the Columbia Pictures Home Entertainment tape that I have of Murderers Row, but yep, and as you can see, the RCA Columbia Pictures home video logo's at the top corner right there, and right next to it is a text that says RCA Columbia Pictures home video, which is pretty cool. So yep, and of course here's the end label right here. So yep. Now on these particular RCA Columbia Pictures home video tapes that were printed around 1987 to 89, like my copy of Stand By Me, the tape just pulls out from the bottom like that. So yep, and there's the tape itself. Thought I'd show that off real quick. So yep. So yeah, these are all Columbia Pictures movies. Now for the TriStar Pictures films that were released onto VHS under the RCA Columbia Pictures Home Video logo. They basically use the same exact VHS artwork design. However, on the top, instead of it being the RCA Columbia Pictures logo, it's the TriStar Pictures logo with the borders around it. And I personally think the borders look better on the TriStar Pictures logo than on the RCA Columbia Pictures Home Video logo. But yeah, well, anyways, you know, same kind of VHS artwork design right here, same everything. So yep, and of course, you know, same VHS sticker label and then label as well. So yeah. Now on the later TriStar films, typically around 1988 to 89, that were released on home video by RCA Columbia Pictures Home Video, they basically went with the basic film artwork poster for the VHS artwork. However, they added the TriStar logo at the bottom corner, which I think is kind of cool. So yep, and there's the side, as you can see, the TriStar logo on top of the RCA Columbia Pictures Home Video logo. So yep, and there's the back of it. And by the way, this movie is Short Circuit 2, by the way. So yep. Now the sticker label is the same, however they added the TriStar logo onto it. So yep, that's pretty cool. So yep. Now of course, New Line Cinema also began releasing their movies onto the RCA Columbia Pictures Home Video label. You know, this was before New Line Cinema had their own home video label, New Line Home Video. So yep, and there's the New Line logo at the top, which is the older logo. On the 1988 and 89 New Line releases, like Critters 2 and whatnot, it actually has the 1988 logo at the top instead of this one. So yep, and this movie is Critters, by the way. So yep, that's the tape. Oh. So yep, and then finally by 1990 and 91. RCA Columbia Pictures went full basic with their VHS artwork. You know, just having the film, the movie's artwork take up the entire cover. I mean, nothing fancy, no red borders, no nothing, just plain out basic. So yep, and this movie's Awakenings with Robert De Niro and the late Robin Williams. So yep, and there's the side. You know, and they actually put the Columbia Pictures logo above the RCA Columbia Pictures Home Video logo, which is pretty cool. So, yep, and there's the back. Yeah, I might pull this out. Okay, and they updated the artwork with no red rectangular border, just the movie's title in blue and the RCA Columbia Pictures Home Video logo and the text right there. So yep, and there's the end label. So yeah, and then finally around 1991, 1992, the RCA Columbia Pictures Home Video became Columbia TriStar Home Video, and as you can see, there's my copy of Hook. And you know, they still, just like with my Awakening tape, you know, they stuck with the basic artwork, you know, with the movie's poster taking up the entire cover and everything. So yeah, nothing that I have to say that I haven't already said before. So yep, and I thought I'd go ahead and show off the sticker label for this. So yeah, just the movie's title in blue, and of course the Columbia TriStar Home Video logo right there, and the text. So yep, and they stopped using the end sticker labels at this point. So yep, so that's pretty much all I have to say about RCA Columbia Pictures Home Video tapes. Overall, I think the RCA Columbia Pictures Home Video tapes are a good addition to a VHS collection. Now, some may find it a little bit of a turnoff, being the fact that the side of the box artworks are black and have red rectangular borders around them and white text with the film titles and whatnot. But I personally think it looks really cool on the shelf, especially how I organize my movies. You see, I organize my movies by studio and production year, so you know I have all the Columbia TriStar films together, Universal films together, Fox and so on. So yeah, these RCA Columbia Pictures home video tapes, they look really neat together. And yeah, and I mean you got all your Columbia Pictures classics, like for instance the Guns of Navarone, I don't know, Oliver, the Lawrence of Arabia, Close Encounters, Gandhi, Ghostbusters, and of course Stand By Me, and of course a few TriStar titles like, I don't know, Band of the Hand. You probably never heard of it, but it's actually a pretty good movie, you know. I highly recommend you check that one out if you like Miami Vice. But yep. Alright, and that'll do for this episode of VHS Company Artwork Review. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see y'all in the next video. Peace.